I know. There's that little grunt I was talking about, huh? There's that little grunt. Well, and I let...
Mama.
Oh. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is all about Maximilian. Happy 5 months to you, Max. So when this video is live, he will officially be 5 months. So we've made it all the way through the 4-month mark. All those big milestones, personality changes, sleeping patterns, eating, all of the things have changed. I feel like when babies get to 4 months old, it's like a different world. Like their personality starts to come out. They're so curious, they're playful. It's really, really fun. They're no longer just wanting to eat, sleep, and, you know, just be present. Like they're actually starting to participate and be very aware and observe the world around them. So I love this age, but it does come with a lot of challenges, I will say. So we'll talk about that today in the video, but I wanted to shout out this company on Instagram. She is a small business and she makes handmade, I'm pretty sure it's crocheted. I don't crochet, so I'm not 100% positive, but handmade Lovey dolls. So I got this dinosaur for Max for Christmas. Look how cute it is. The colors, I'm just like obsessed with it. I think it's so cute and it's just so like cuddly, and I just figured he would be able to, you know, like it would grow with him and he could take it places if he wants, if he's like into that. But I loved it, so of course I had to get my daughter one as well, and she likes dinosaurs too, so hers is pink. These are so cute, so definitely check out her Instagram account. She even does like custom ones. These ones I snagged right before Christmas when she had like, you had to like comment on them like sold before anybody else, and I was like sitting there every week like anticipating her posting and just ready to give her all of my money because I wanted them so badly for them, and Vienna absolutely loves it, and I you know, I imagine that Max will love his too as he gets older. But let's move on with the video. Okay, so first thing we're going to start with is sleep and where we're at. So if you guys have heard of 4-month sleep regression, it is the truest thing in the world. If you've heard of taking care of babies, they kind of help people sleep train their children if that's something they choose to do. I've never used that business. I've never sleep trained. It has never really been my thing, but on their site it says 4-month sleep regression happens because they have adult-like cycles. Cycles start to last between 60 and 120 minutes. So 1 to 2 hours of them actually sleeping, and then every cycle they end up going into a light pattern of sleep, and then that's when like babies start to awaken. They become aware, like, where am I, what's going on? They'll wake up. So for my son, he does not like being wet at all. From the time that he was born, if he pees, like, you have to change him immediately. That's pretty much the only time he like really will get upset and start to like vocalize like, hey, change me, you know, to the best of his ability. Other than that, he's a very calm baby. As soon as it happens, he's like, Mom, change me now. So he has been waking up, and I have been waking up with him 4 to 5 times a night currently. Before, this was not the case. You know, he wakes me up because he starts to grunt, and then I fill his diaper. He's wet. I change him. I nurse him back to sleep. And we repeat that all night. So that's been very challenging. I will say I'm lucky to be taking my baby bonding time from work right now because I'm able to get up and be tired and still function the next day and like rest as I need to, that kind of thing. But when the evening comes, I'm like ready for bed. Like my body's like, okay, you're done, because I'm literally up all night long. And I will say that we do co-sleep. So co-sleeping is something we did with my daughter, and then now we're doing with my son, which is kind of funny because now there is 4 of us in one bed and we're just one big happy family. But if you are a breastfeeding mother, you know it is so much easier. Not only is it easier to like just wake up and feed them as they need because you're right there with them, but I feel like as mom, you have this intuition. So as soon as he makes any kind of noise, I'm like awake. I'm right there to comfort him, to meet his needs, and then to put him back to sleep. And then not only that, our kids are small for such a short amount of time, and I and my husband are just embracing this time. We love the snuggles, and we have just co-slept. So that's what we do. In terms of naps, Max does nap probably 3 solid naps a day right now. So he'll wake up in the morning, he'll nap about probably 9, 10 o'clock. He'll nap again probably about like 1, 2 o'clock, again about 5, 6 o'clock, and then we're in bed by 8 o'clock. And he'll usually go to sleep between 8 and 9 o'clock. So that's kind of where we're at. His naps are really good. I do tend to hold him during his naps because if I put him down, he will wake up. He's a very light sleeper. But recently with his first nap, I started to rock him, nurse him, everything in the bed, and then lay him down in bed, and he will sleep by himself. So that's been a nice change that I've kind of like figured out recently. So the 4 to 5 month sleep regression is real. If you have a baby, you know. If you are pregnant and about to have a baby, you will soon find out. But don't feel like, oh, what's wrong with my child? Like, it's very, very normal. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Maximilian. Hi. Maximilian, Leroy. Hi, Papas. So the second thing we're going to talk about is feedings. He is very curious now about food. And it is pretty customary to start introducing your baby to foods around 6 months. It used to be 4 months and they changed it to 5 months. Now it's 6 months. I have always just listened to my children's cues. I've really been observant of them since they were little and noticed when they became more curious about food, when they started to reach for like my food, that kind of thing. And so just in the last couple days, I have introduced him to, not the last couple days, last couple weeks, I have introduced him to banana, avocado, and sweet potato. So what I like to do is put them in, I'll link them, I forgot what they're called, but they're the little things, they kind of look like pacifiers, but they have holes in them and then they can suck on them. So I've been doing that recently so that it's safe and it creates, it's like nice and mushy. They just get the taste. Before one, food is for fun. So I just want him to start to taste it. I realize like when I make my daughter's breakfast and my breakfast, he wants his snacks. So then that's when I'll put like a little banana or a little avocado in one of those and just let him like gnaw on it. I focus more on like baby-led weaning. So that's why I follow cues and I observe like when they're ready. As he gets a little bit bigger, more towards 6 months, like the finger type food. So they say as long as it's like the size of your pinky, the width of your pinky, then they can grab it and kind of help themselves and direct their hand toward their mouth with the food in it. I'm not against the purees at all, like that you find at the store. So I'll probably combine those two. Since my babies were little, I have always just let them cluster feed. I can do a whole video on breastfeeding if you guys would like. Just let me know in the comments below. If they're hungry, I let them eat, and I let them eat for as long and as much as they want. I don't have my kids on an eating schedule by any means, and I really feel like this has helped me be so successful with breastfeeding both times around. The third thing is teething. He is drooling everywhere. I don't remember my daughter being much of a drooler, but I also feel like when she teethed, she basically would eat for comfort when she was like in pain or any kind of discomfort with teething. But with him, he'll drool everywhere. He gets really upset. Like, I think they're coming in strong. Like, he is gnawing on my finger, anything he can get in his mouth. So we've definitely been facing that. I know kids get like their teeth at different times, but he has been experiencing teething, I would say, like since the beginning of 4 months. No teeth have like protruded through, but his gums are so white and I can just tell when he's in pain. So I have been giving him like teething gel. I will freeze like his little, you know, teething toys in the freezer and give it to him. I will put frozen breast milk like in those little containers that I put the food in that I linked down below. Again, I forgot what they're called. He loves that, like the frozen breast milk in there offers him so much relief. And then I just recently put a banana in there and I froze it and he loved that. Poor little guy, like teething has not been fun. I hate to see him upset. Just the other day, I felt like I was up walking around with him all day because he was just could not find any comfort in anything. He was just like tensing up, throwing his, you know, self back and stuff, didn't really want to eat, like it was just like gnawing on stuff all day. So that has been a challenge for sure, but we're working through it, and that's just part of, you know, them developing. Okay, so the fourth thing is the car seat. So my kids, you guys, hate the car seat. My daughter hated it, my son now hates it, It is probably like one of the most anxiety provoking things I've ever experienced in my life. My family lives probably like 30 minutes away, and so we go to see them often. If my husband's driving, I am that mom who's over the back seat, like breastfeeding my son, because that seems to be the only thing that will help him in the car. Or I try to like time it right and give him a bath right before we leave and get him nice and relaxed and hope that he'll fall asleep like on the way there and on the way home. But we've definitely experienced where he will cry from the time we leave to the time we get home. His eyes are bloodshot. He's just a mess, especially if I'm driving. My husband will be in the back seat trying to calm him down. It just will not work. With my daughter, I remember it wasn't until I could flip her car seat around and she could face forward that she didn't mind being in the car seat anymore. So it's just been a whole thing, but we're there with the car seat. If you guys have any tips for that, let me know. I personally think it's just super uncomfortable. They're literally like, imagine like you're facing backwards, you're laying down in an awkward position. You can only feel yourself moving. It's like being on a roller coaster for 20, 30 minutes or however long you're in the car. It's terrible. I know some people say their kids love the car seat and they'll even put them in there and drive around so that like if they won't nap and stuff. No way. My kids, nope, not gonna have it. So number 5, we're going to talk about his emotions. I absolutely love it. Vienna is all girl. Maximilian is all boy. He will literally grunt so hard, like this little angry man trying to just tell me that he's irritated or he doesn't like something. So got the whole tribe with us now. But yeah, so he will just grunt and he's hilarious.
Brother and sister.
The next thing is the bond between Vienna and Max is literally the cutest thing. I love watching them just like love each other. I always tell Vienna, your brother is the most important person in the world. Like always protect each other and just be there for each other. Every morning he'll wake up before her and I'll be holding him and he'll be like reaching over trying to like hit her and like wake her up, and I just think
like grab my hand.
I think it's so funny. And she'll just smother him with love every single day. Sometimes he gets a little bit irritated, but most of the time he loves it. But that's been a lot of fun. And then Mom is like his favorite person in the world. So if we're with a group of people and like somebody else is holding him and he knows like I walk away, he is just like turning his body looking for me. He's already said mama. I felt like he was saying mama for quite a while, but then I was like, no, it's just in my head. And then one time I was taking a shower and he was really upset and Mitchell was holding him and he was like, mama.
Yeah, and he was fussing and he said, mama.
Yes, so he's definitely mama's boy. I didn't know how it would be to have a son, but I just feel like so lucky. The bond between mother and daughter is so special, and then the bond between mother and son is so special. So it's been really cool to experience both. So the last thing is developmental milestones. So his dexterity has gotten so much better and he's working on that for sure. But like he is able to grab his choopy out and put it in his mouth and then take it out. He's able to like grab at things and hold on to them real tight.
And like grab hair.
He's very good at grabbing our hair, which usually is why we put it back. And then flipping over. So this little guy is just flipping over all the time now. As soon as I put him on his back, he automatically flips over. Like he's like, I know how to be on my belly now, Mom. I'm trying to crawl. Like, you're not gonna put me on my back. It's literally 2 seconds. Or if I'm changing his diaper, we've definitely reached that stage where he's flipped over before I could even put the new diaper down and I have to flip him back over. So I know we're gonna be at that stage where we're just like wrestling him to change his diapers. So definitely flipping over. He loves to kick his feet. We got him one of those baby Einstein mats with the piano. He'll just kick his feet all day long. He loves it. And then he loves to kick his feet and like splash around in the bath. And then the last thing that he has started to do is grab at his feet. So he'll like, you know, when he is actually on his back, he'll grab his feet and just like play with them a little bit. So that is where we are at right now. But happy 5 months, Maximilian. I can't wait to see where you're at 6 months. And then of course, by a year, they just change so much so fast. So let me know what other kind of videos you guys want to see down below in the comments. And we will see you guys in the next video.
Bye.